guys, and welcome back to Upaya Yoga with Alana. Today we're out in this beautiful lake scenery, visiting friends, and I thought how lovely would it be to do a nice relaxing hatha sequence before bed. So, if you're feeling the need to stretch out, then please join along. We're going to first come to a comfortable seated position. Strengthen and lengthen the spine, engaging the core. Deep inhale. Slow, intentional exhale. Releasing the body, releasing the mind. Allowing the mind to go blank and just focus on the body and the breath. In fact, so we can have a visualization of the breath. What we'll do is we'll exhale our hands down. We'll inhale them, keeping our eyes on the knuckle all the way up. Take another sip, another inhale, and exhale down. Pushing the exhale all the way out before inhaling back up. Feeling your lungs, biggest breath you've taken all day. And exhale it out. Pushing all the stale air out from the bottom of your lungs. And inhaling fresh, new, clean air in. Pushing it all out. Inhaling it in. 2 more. From here, let's place our hands on our knees, roll out our shoulders. And then let's do a few neck rolls, loosen up the necks. Oil for the joints is movement. So we always want to keep moving to keep our joints flexible and capable and strong. Slow movements so we can feel every muscle in the neck stretching. And opposite direction. And back to center. Bring our right arm to our left ear. Letting gravity pull our head to the side, really stretching from our ear down to the tip of our shoulder. Holding here for 3 solid breaths. Slowly releasing. Switching sides. We're not yanking or pulling, we're just letting gravity do its thing. We're just resting our head on top of our head, our hand on top of our head, and allowing gravity to just do the rest. From here, we're going to release, come back to center, look over our right shoulder, look over our left shoulder, move our heads around any way that feels comfortable. From here, we're going to roll over the shoulders. We're going to roll over the ankles. Come to a tabletop position. Knees hip width apart. Hands shoulder width apart. Core sucked in. And on the inhale, we're going to look up, tilt the spine, and tilt the hips, compress the spine. And on the exhale, we're going to extend the spine, tilt the pelvis in, push the shoulder blades away from the ground, cat-cows. Inhale to look up. Exhale to look down, keeping that core engaged, pushing away from the floor. Inhale, compressing the vertebra. Exhale, sucking in the core, pushing the spine away, extending the vertebra. Inhale, broaden the chest, chest forward. Exhale, really tucking in that tailbone. Coming to a neutral spine, moving your body around any way that feels good for you. Setting our hands forward a little. Coming into downward dog. Walking the dog out, really stretching the legs. Getting a good extension in the back of the calves. Getting eaten by mosquitoes a little. Lift our right leg up, full bent knee, open the hip a little, keeping the core engaged, arms strong. And switching sides. Bring it down. From here we want to walk the feet behind the hands. Make sure they're hip width apart, that we have stability in the palm and heel of our foot. When we grab our elbows, let the head hang loose, make sure there's a micro bend in those knees. We're just going to figure eight the elbows. Get a bit of a stretch in the lower back, the left and right sides. Strong in the legs, breathing here, keeping the core engaged. Really releasing the spine, no tension in the neck whatsoever. And releasing, shaking your head no. Shaking your head yes. From here, inhale each individual vertebrae up about halfway. Stop, exhale. Inhale yourself up the rest of the way, the head coming up very, very last. From here, we're going to take a bit of a wide-legged stance. Feet pointed outwards. And we're going to do some sunflowers to kind of respect this beautiful setting sun that's happening behind us here. So we're going to take our arms out like this. We're going to exhale to come down. We're going to inhale to come up. Exhale, keeping the core in, strong in the thighs. And inhale up. Hatha means working with the breath, so every movement we do is based on an inhale or an exhale. The breathing in Hatha is used so that we can go deeper into our poses, deeper into our bodies, deeper into ourselves. Can you go an extra half an inch deeper in our sunflower? 2 more. From here, we're going to switch the toes, so we're a little pigeon-toed. Toes coming inside just a little bit so we can get a stretch in the outer ankle. So we're going to inhale to straighten our spine. And we're going to exhale and hinge at the hips. Forward, forward, forward. Resting our hands on the ground. Now, if this isn't available to you, hopefully you have blocks or a chair, some pillows that you can kind of be resting about right here. Otherwise, down to our hands, maybe holding onto our ankles. Can we inch the heel outward just a little bit more to feel more of a stretch on the side of the leg? And making sure to bend the knees, creating a micro bend. And I'm getting eaten by bugs. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe taking our feet a little wider if that's available to us, if we're not feeling a strong enough stretch. If this is rather intense, then feel free to bring your legs a little closer together. With every inhale, giving yourself space, and with every exhale, lengthen. Inhaling, creating space, and exhaling, relieving tension and allowing ourselves to go deeper. From here, if this is available to you, taking our left hand and holding on to our right ankle, placing our left hand on our lower back, creating a bit of a twist and a stretch in that shoulder blade. Remembering to keep a micro bend in the knees and the core engaged. Holding for 3 deep breaths. On the exhale, slowly releasing and coming back to center. Making sure the knees still have a micro bend and the core is engaged. Taking a breath here. One more inhale, and on the exhale, going over to the opposite leg. Holding onto that ankle, keeping a micro bend in the knees. Hand on the middle of the low back, looking towards the sky. Core engaged, deep breath. Three more deep breaths. On the next exhale, coming back to center, taking a breath here. Inhaling ourselves halfway up, then all the way up. Switching the feet around so we have sumo feet, our feet pointing outwards. We're going to inhale, straight spine, proud chest. We're going to exhale to come down into our nice sumo squat. Using our elbows to press against our knees to create stability. We're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths. Feeling strong in those thighs. Feeling balanced, stretching into our hips. From here, we're just gonna walk our feet a little closer together into this kind of squat. We're just gonna move the knees out, get into the hip joint, get ourselves ready and comfortable for the hip work we're about to do. And when we're ready, plopping ourselves down, bringing our feet together for Uttanasana, otherwise called butterfly. Just flapping our little butterfly wings. Feeling where we are today with our hips. Setting an intention for wanting to go deeper. The intention of Hatha, we hold the poses longer, because the longer you hold the pose, the deeper you can get into it. The more we breathe into a body part, the more open we make it. It's kind of like lifting a weight. If you have a 5-pound weight and you hold it out, at first it seems easy, but hold that 5-pound weight for 10 minutes and your arm will start to shake. So with Hatha, our goal is to hold poses and breathe into muscles that are tight. And you'll find by the 4th or 5th breath, there are muscles there you didn't even know you had. So let's inhale to extend the spine. Bring the chest proud. We're going to exhale to hinge out the hips and come forward as much as you can, whatever's comfortable to you. Don't force it. Come to your edge wherever you're feeling comfortable today and just breathe there. 4 deep breaths. With every exhale, can you come a little deeper? One more. From here, inhaling back up, shaking out the legs. We're going to cross the legs over into like a cow leg pose. We're going to reach behind ourselves. So I'm going to turn around so you can see this. We're going to reach behind and try to clasp our fingers. If we can't do that, then we have our handy dandy towel, which will come behind us and we can grab so we can meet ourselves halfway, if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, if you have the flexibility, clasping your hands, keeping the chest open, core engaged, legs crossed, both bum on the floor, straight spine, and breathe. We want to calm our minds, calm our heart rates, really extend into the arm. Slowly releasing, shaking the arms out. From here, we'll switch the legs. And if you don't quite get the knees together, then another trick for that is that you can kind of come up onto your knees a little, get them aligned, and then sit back down. So again, if we can't quite reach, we get our trusty towel behind us that we can grasp and hold on to. Otherwise, if you're flexible enough, I guess it'd be the other way, wouldn't it? And clasp our fingertips, or if you can get your whole hand, that's great. We're gonna engage the core, strong spine, strong legs, stretching the glutes as well as stretching the arms for 4 deep breaths. Quieting the mind. If in our mind we think, oh, this hurts, this is annoying, it's just a thought, it's just a feeling. We notice it pass. Like all things, this too shall pass. Realizing that even if something is uncomfortable, oftentimes the uncomfortable moments are the ones that change us for the better. Two more deep breaths. And slowly releasing, shaking the arms out, pulling the legs, shaking the legs out, taking a sip of water if you need it. From here, we are going to take our legs. We're going to take our legs as wide as we can, as wide as is comfortable for us. Maybe you only come to here, that's fine. We're going to allow the spine to collapse a little on this one to give us a little bit more allowance. So we're going to take an inhale. We're going to exhale, come forward any amount. Take a couple deep breaths here. Keeping the core engaged, keeping the legs engaged. From here, we're going to walk our body over to the right leg. We're going to hold on to it, again, anywhere that feels comfortable. Feeling a stretch from our hip all the way up to our rib cage. Taking deep inhales here, feeling the side body really expand and open up. Feeling a stretch in those legs. The next exhale, and coming back to center, taking a deep inhale, and exhaling, coming to the opposite leg. Again, any amount that feels comfortable for you. Two more deep breaths. From here, an inhale back up to center. We're going to tuck the right leg in, the left leg. And we're going to come sideways over to the leg. We're going to use our elbow to put pressure against the inside of that thigh to create a slight twist in the spine. So we're going to keep the core engaged to protect the lower back. Twist the spine. We want our elbow to be behind our ear. And we're going to lean and look towards the sky. We're going to feel a big stretch from the hip all the way to the armpit. And a twist in the spine. And just breathe here for 4 deep breaths. How does it feel in your first breath? How does it feel in your second breath? Do you notice anything different on the 3rd to 4th breath? Are you engaging new muscles? Are new muscles becoming available to you? Do you feel longer in the stretch? With every exhale, allowing yourself to come just an extra half an inch closer to those big toes. Exhale, and slowly on the next inhale, inhaling ourselves back up and switching legs. Making sure both sit bones are touching the floor, neither one of them is lifted. Pressing our elbow against our inner thigh to create that tension, to create that torque. Inhaling the arm up and exhale over. And again, we're engaging that core to protect the lower back. We're twisting the upper spine. Our elbows staying behind our ear to keep the chest open. Taking 4 deep breaths. One more deep breath. And on the next inhale, coming up, bringing the other foot in, back to butterfly, shaking it out, shaking our head out. Rolling over our knees, coming back into a tabletop. We're just going to kind of move the spine around a little, and then we're going to plant our knees to come into a wide-legged child's pose. From wide-legged child's pose, we're going to lift our arm up and basket weave it through the triangle of our arm to expose that back shoulder. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the shoulder, keep the core engaged, which forces our inhale to go into the back body. So inhale up, exhale down. And resting our head on the mat. Inhaling to this part of the body here. Engaging the core, pushing ourselves back. This is not a passive pose. It always looks like a passive pose, but you're pushing yourself back and you're using the hand on the other side. You're pressing the back of the hand to purposely twist the upper body towards the sky. Taking 4 deep inhales here. One more deep inhale. And inhaling our way up, wiggling out the shoulders, inhaling that arm up, basket weaving it through, putting the head down, and again, we're putting pressure on the back of the hand to create a twist in that upper body. We're engaging the core, we're pushing our hips back using that front hand. Just really twisting the body and forcing our air into the back shoulder to really create space and release tension from that shoulder. 4 deep breaths, the deepest breaths you've taken all day. One more deep breath. Slowly release. Again, wiggling out the shoulders. From here, we're going to do one of the poses that are especially hard to hold for a long time because it's half out. We're going to come into pigeon pose. Now find a way of pigeon that's comfortable for you. Whether that is keeping the leg tucked or placing a blanket under your pelvis for support or doing reclined pigeon. Any way that feels more comfortable for you, whichever way you know you can hold for a solid 4 breaths, that's the version of pigeon I want you to do. So find your version of pigeon, and we're going to keep our core engaged. We're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale to come down any amount that feels good for you. Wherever this feels good in your hip, maybe it hurts a little. What we want to do is we want to bring ourselves to our edge, to that part where it just almost hurts, and we want to breathe into that and see if we can take it deeper. Can we take this stretch another inch deeper? Can we bring this hip closer to the mat? Okay, I'll switch and then I'll close it out. One more deep breath here. Inhale to walk ourselves back up. Bring that leg back. Come back into wide-legged child's pose. Shake it out a bit. Back onto our knees. And bring that knee forward. And again, find pigeon that works for you. Find pigeon that's comfortable in your body. Pigeon that doesn't hurt or pinch your sciatic nerve. The point of pigeon is it's meant to release the sciatic nerve, not make it worse. So we're going to inhale to lengthen, engage the core. We're going to exhale to come forward, any amount that's comfortable for you. Taking 4 deep breaths here. Finding a way to make the breath work for us. Finding a way to make that exhale allow us to go deeper. Finding ways to make our inhales create space in our bodies. Finding ways to let the exhale make us relax and just let go. Let go of any feelings of pain or discomfort. Let go of feelings of stress. Just breathing in and exhaling to just let go. 2 more deep breaths. Inhaling to come up, bringing ourselves back into that wide-legged child's pose, wiggling our hips out, whatever feels good for you. Bringing the knees forward, rolling over our ankles, rocking the spine. We did a lot of twists today, we did a lot of hip work. So grabbing our legs, hugging ourselves deep, because we love ourselves so much. Dropping the knees down, we did a bit of hip work, so we're going to windshield washer the knees, which is just kind of moving them left to right. Releasing the hips. If in the morning your hips feel tight, it's good to lay in bed and do this for a minute. Just to release the hips and not inhale bugs. Lifting our legs up, holding onto our ankles for happy baby. Again, just expanding the hips. Taking a deep breath here, rocking back and forth to massage our lower back. Releasing the legs. Releasing the arms, making sure our pelvis is in a comfortable place on the floor, our shoulder blades are comfortable on the mat, and coming into our Savasana. Ideally, we'd like to stay here for about 10 minutes, practicing peacefulness, practicing calmness, practicing stillness. Taking deep inhales and exhales. Breathing deeply into the body, allowing the legs to hang off the body and feel like lead. Allowing the arms to hang at your sides, allowing there to be no tension in your neck. Releasing the shoulders, the back, the hips, the legs. Laying still and comfortably on your mat. Releasing yourself from any stress or worry for the next few minutes. You have nowhere to be, you have nowhere to go, but right here. Just be present in your body with your breath. Inhaling deep into your lungs and exhaling calmly into the world around you. Deep belly breaths and slow, relaxed exhales. Clearing your mind, clearing your body, allowing yourself to just exist in this moment. Listening to the sounds of the waves, and as the waves come into the shore, inhaling, and as the waves recede back into the ocean, exhaling. Clearing your mind of any protruding thoughts, allowing your mind to be quiet and clear. Picturing whatever you need to allow yourself to breathe and relax in this moment. Imagining waves coming to the shore, or a peaceful garden, or a forest. Inhaling with the sound of the waves, and exhaling as the waves recede. Allowing the breath to calm the heart rate, to cool the body, to calm the mind. Breathing deeply and exhaling slowly. Taking a deep inhale, filling the lungs, inhaling awareness back into the body, inhaling energy and light into the head, exhaling, inhaling energy into the arms, down the spine, inhaling energy into the legs, the hips, feeling your body become more awake and alive and energized. Feeling gratitude for taking time out of your day to follow along with this beautiful yoga practice. If you make an attitude to be in gratitude, you will find the whole universe will come to you. Yogi Bhajan. Feeling gratitude for the body you have, for the time that you have. Taking a deep inhale, inhaling all that gratitude and exhaling negativity, exhaling doubt, exhaling anything that isn't serving you right now. Closing your eyes. On every inhale, imagining water coming onto the shore. With every exhale, imagining the waves receding back into the body of water. From here, bring your knees up, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll over onto your favorite side, into a fetal position, taking a scan of your body, noticing how it feels. Does it feel different? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Just taking a scan, just taking time to notice. Pressing ourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Rolling out the shoulders, rolling out the neck. Taking a deep inhale. And again, just taking notice of our body. Inhaling and exhaling, taking a breath together. Thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful semi-hatha practice. I hope this follows you into the rest of your night and you have a lovely evening. Namaste.